Hi, and welcome to PowerPoints. We're here in Overland Park, Kansas at Black Veatch World Headquarters. And joining me now is Scott Stallard. He is the Vice President of Asset Management for Black Veatch. Scott, thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure to be here.
Scott, there's been a lot of changes in the power generation market. We're seeing a lot more gas-fired generation, more distributed generation, and of course, a big increase in wind and solar power. What do you see as key priorities for asset management with power generation today?
Well, I think you got a couple things. I think one is you have to realize that with the portfolio changing, the underlying value of the assets is changing, and I need to be able to adjust my asset management practices to reflect that change in value. But it's also a change in operational roles. So some of the activities I might have historically needed to do may actually not be the priority today. So how do I understand what to do, and how do I understand how to get that work carried out across a wider set of assets is really the key challenge.
Well, Scott, with all these substantial changes in asset portfolios, how do you see needs for asset management processes and tools to be evolving? How are they evolving?
Well, I like to think of it in terms of adding agility or infusing agility or agile asset management in the sense that, asset management has historically been about identifying the right work, getting the work performed, making sure the work performed addressed the needs, that were planned. But now it's more about what is the right work, what are the right issues, with the changes in value and the changes in the operating conditions of the unit, and in some cases, some units nearing retirement, where you actually apply the resources, it really needs to be part of the formula. So, how do I add that agility into the equation to allow us to be sure that really our resources are best spent?
Yeah. Now, there are several applications. What are some examples of leading asset management applications?
Well, I think one of them is the idea of how do I use computer-based tools and sensor technology to give me insights into how the equipment's operating, so I can replace some of the traditional practices associated with time-based maintenance or event-based maintenance into basically letting the equipment tell us what condition it's in, what issues or risks are taking place. So a higher dose of diagnostics or analytics around equipment health, equipment performance, I think is a great addition, and it really fits that agility equation really well, because if I can understand how the equipment's operating in a new operating environment, that gives me confidence I know how to maintain it better. The other might be in really a different set of objectives. We might have traditionally looked at asset management as life extension or life management for the long haul. In some cases now, with assets running in a different mode or in a limited remaining life in terms of some of the coal assets, I may actually be wanting to dial back my maintenance and my asset reliability to a point where it makes sense, because effectively, why overspend at this point relative to the value of that asset in the market?
Exactly. Well, as you said, the power generation market is changing at breakneck speed, and for those reasons, this issue is a much more important issue for utility executives moving forward. Scott, thank you so much for your time, and we really look forward to seeing the results of all your hard work.
Well, thank you very much.
You bet. Thanks.
Appreciate it.